She seemed to be living the dream, hit songs, sold out tours, and a massive fan base. But behind the scenes, Katy Perry was confronting some of Hollywood's biggest stars. From onstage betrayals to battles no one saw coming, this is the untold story of the 6 celebrities who clashed with pop's California girl. Before we move on, I would like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1. Taylor Swift.
One of the most infamous celebrity feuds includes pop stars Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, who have spent years as rivals, and I'm surprisingly non-confrontational. You would not believe how much I hate conflict, so now I have to avoid her. It's awkward, and I don't like that. Allegedly pawned some of Taylor's crew from her tour. Taylor said it had to do with business. She basically tried to sabotage an entire arena tour.
At one point, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift represented the pinnacle of pop superstardom, 2 women dominating the charts and seemingly supporting each other. But what was once a picture of mutual admiration crumbled into one of the most infamous celebrity feuds in Hollywood. Rumors swirled that the fallout began back in 2012 over shared backup dancers. According to reports, members of Taylor's tour team accepted offers from Katy for her Prism tour midway through Taylor's own schedule. For Taylor, this felt personal, and she didn't stay silent about it. By 2014, Taylor dropped Bad Blood, a searing track widely considered a direct jab at Katy. Though she never named names, Taylor described the song as being about a professional betrayal so malicious it stunned her. In response, Katy took to Twitter, calling out an unnamed Regina George in sheep's clothing. Fans immediately latched onto the drama, dissecting every lyric and interview for clues, amplifying the rift to massive proportions. Years of subtle digs later, the women finally reconciled in 2019 with a now iconic photo of Katy sending Taylor literal peace through cookies.
I'm surprisingly non-confrontational. You would not believe how much I hate conflict, so now I have to avoid her. It's awkward, and I don't like that. But now Katy has posted a photo of a plate of cookies that say "Peace at Last" with the caption "Feels good, Taylor Swift," and tagged the location as "Let's Be Friends." Brewing between the 2 singers, perhaps a collab. Crescent said, "Collab is coming," and Walter said, "Is this the collab title?"
Their journey from friends to foes and back left behind a fascinating example of how celebrity rivalries can mirror the pressures of an unforgiving spotlight. Number 2. Pink. Katy Perry and Pink, 2 iconic voices who've conquered the charts with very different approaches. While Katy's style leaned heavily on glossy, high-energy pop, Pink carved a reputation for raw, emotionally driven anthems, and it's within these differences that friction began to form. Although they've never had a direct public clash, Pink's opinion about mainstream pop music created a noticeable distance between them. Pink was famously critical of what she called manufactured music, specifically pointing to songs that prioritize catchy hooks over substance. While she never called Katy out directly, her remarks often felt uncomfortably close to describing Katy's radio-friendly tracks. Pink once remarked that she couldn't respect music that didn't feel authentic, which many interpreted as a subtle dig at artists like Katy. Meanwhile, Katy's silence on the comments spoke volumes, as she avoided stoking the fire publicly, unusual for someone known for her witty comebacks. Both women acknowledged each other's success in interviews, but notably avoided any warm praises or collaborative hints. Rather than escalating, the tension simmered quietly, with both keeping their careers firmly separate. While these 2 legends rarely interact, their dynamic left fans wondering what might have been if mutual respect had turned into creative collaboration. Number 3. Miley Cyrus.
Right, Katy Perry, who everybody knows by now, broke up with John Mayer, or actually maybe he broke up with her, we don't know.
Miley went in for full-on tongue, as she is wont to do. She also made the obligatory "I kissed a girl and I liked it" joke.
She had a bit of a makeout sesh during Miley Cyrus's concert.
Katy Perry and Miley Cyrus were once friendly, playfully navigating their places in the pop world. In fact, back in 2008, Katy even suggested her hit song, "I Kissed a Girl," was inspired by Miley, a compliment that kicked off their camaraderie. But that lighthearted dynamic wouldn't last, and the turning point came during Miley's Bangers tour in 2014. During a performance of her song, "Adore You," Miley spontaneously leaned in for a kiss with Katy, who was sitting front row. The moment, while seemingly playful, set off a chain reaction few could have anticipated. Shortly after the incident, Katy appeared on an Australian talk show and made a comment about the kiss that didn't sit well with Miley or her fans. She joked, "God knows where that tongue has been," calling Miley's infamous tongue into question.
Katy did not like it. She was on an Australian talk show recently and said, quote, "She has this one part where it's like a kiss cam, and then she tried to move her head and go deeper, and I pulled away. God knows where that tongue has been."
Miley, never one to hold back, responded with a stinging tweet directed at Katy, referencing Katy's ex-boyfriend John Mayer. "Girl, if her worried apt where tongues have been," Miley wrote. "Good thing her ex-boo is her ex-boo, cause we all know where that been." While the exchange didn't escalate further, their tone noticeably changed. That once playful relationship faded, leaving tension in its place. Number 4, Calvin Harris. In 2011, Katy Perry was gearing up for her massive California Dreams tour and had enlisted DJ and producer Calvin Harris as one of her openers. But just before the tour began, Calvin pulled out, citing issues with the tour's production. He claimed publicly that the logistics didn't work for him after her team allegedly moved the goalposts and left him feeling unprepared. In a now-deleted tweet, he explained, "I was to appear on stage with no production." While this might have seemed like a simple professional disagreement, Katy's reaction suggested deeper frustration. Katy wasn't one to let the situation slide quietly. She responded directly to Calvin on Twitter, defending her tour's other performers who had managed to adjust with the production changes. Her most biting remark read, "It's fine. I'm used to you canceling on me. It's become her staple." The comment hinted at previous tensions, giving fans a glimpse of a rocky dynamic that predated the public fallout. Things became even more complicated a few years later when Calvin collaborated with Taylor Swift, Katy's longtime rival. Fans saw this as Calvin choosing sides, fueling speculation about his allegiances. Over time, though, the air between Katy and Calvin cleared, showing that some feuds fade rather than burn forever. Number 5, Chief Keef. Katy Perry's public image rarely brought her into the world of rap, but that changed when she made an offhand comment about Chief Keef's track, "I Hate Being Sober." In a now-deleted tweet, Katy shared that the song's lyrics made her have serious doubt for the world. What might have seemed like a harmless critique quickly spiraled into a much bigger issue. Chief Keef, known for his unfiltered style and confrontational energy, didn't stay silent. Instead, he hit back on Twitter, issuing an aggressive response laced with profanity and even threats of violence. The clash highlighted the stark contrast between their public personas. Katy's polished, pop-friendly image collided with Chief Keef's unapologetic, raw approach to fame. His reaction sent shockwaves through social media, where fans from both sides began debating everything from freedom of speech to the thin line between legitimate criticism and insult. What caught many off guard was how quickly an offhand tweet had escalated into something far more personal and volatile. Realizing the repercussions, Katy apologized, clarifying she hadn't intended to criticize him directly, but was instead questioning broader cultural trends. While Chief Keef retweeted her apology, he didn't respond further, leaving the incident to linger without resolution. However, it became a reminder that words, especially online, carry consequences. Number 6, Lady Gaga. Katy Perry and Lady Gaga, two of the biggest names in pop, have always been measured against one another thanks to their larger-than-life personas and love for bold, theatrical visuals. The comparisons peaked in 2011, when Gaga released Born This Way and Perry dropped Firework only months earlier. While both songs carried powerful messages of self-empowerment, critics and fans were quick to pin them as rivals, arguing that their creative visions were strikingly similar. One major point of contention: both artists leaned heavily on elaborate costumes and shocking imagery to deliver their performances, igniting debates about who did it better. For years, friendly competition became tinged with undertones of real tension, often encouraged by media narratives and fan speculation. Katy once made headlines when she described her approach to her work as more fun and lighthearted, which some took as a subtle comparison to Gaga, whose music was often categorized as deeply avant-garde. Meanwhile, Gaga avoided stirring the pot directly, but didn't shy away from praising her devotion to originality in interviews, a comment many saw as a loaded statement. Over time, though, any tension dissolved. Both have openly expressed respect for each other's success in recent years, proving that shared ambition doesn't always lead to lasting bad blood. Katy Perry's series of conflicts reveals far more than just celebrity drama. They underscore the high stakes and complex dynamics that come with life in the spotlight. In an industry where competition and collaboration often blur, relationships can quickly turn into rivalries. Behind the dazzling music videos and vibrant costumes, these feuds show a human side to fame, one marked by misunderstandings, shifting allegiances, and immense public pressure. But these rivalries have also shaped Katy's legacy, proving that even amidst controversy, her position in pop culture remains unshaken. Fame isn't always perfect, but it's how stars navigate turbulence that reveals their true resilience.